Hey Finance Fam, this is Money in a Hot Minute where I answer your money questions quickly. Today's question is, I just paid off a prior 401k loan for credit card debt and I want to take out another 401k loan to build my emergency fund. I get a match and I really just want the money to make me feel better that I have savings. Should I do it? Okay, there are a few things to unpack here with this question, and this might be a Money in a Hot 3 minutes to make sure that I cover the question well, so sorry. First, good job on contributing to your 401k and getting the match. Let's start with the fact that this is your second 401k loan, which says that there might be a bigger issue at hand here, especially if the loan is to create an emergency fund. It's really not ideal to keep taking loans from your 401k. It kind of defeats the purpose of having your money invested in a tax-deferred account, compounding over time. A major disadvantage of taking out a 401k loan is when you take the loan out, it takes your money out of the market and your money is no longer invested. So although you're paying yourself back, usually with a reasonable interest rate that you're paying yourself, you're giving up an opportunity cost of the returns that you'd make with your money being invested. Another thing to consider is that if you lose your job, you would likely have to pay the whole entire loan back immediately, and if you can't, you owe penalties plus taxes on it. So this is why 401k loans shouldn't become a habit. Now, to answer your question, if you should take out a loan to create an emergency fund, my answer is probably not, and the focus should be more on making some tweaks in your spending habits first. You know that you have the funds in your 401k if you really needed them for an emergency, and you don't want to miss out on the free money from a match. So why not leave those funds in there so that they can stay invested? Then in turn, you do a deep dive into your spending to see what can be cut so that you can get that money into an emergency fund instead. Secondly, consider pulling back on your 401k contributions in order to get more of your income into your paycheck to help you achieve your emergency cushion. You want to do just enough to get the match and get the excess going into your paycheck. If there is no excess and you're contributing the minimum already to get a match, if you have a steady job and you expect to be fully vested in the matches, continuing to contribute to your 401k can really make a lot of sense. Like I said, it's not ideal, but you know the money is there if you ever really were in a bind while you're working on optimizing your spending habits so that you can create more cash flow for yourself. If you still can't seem to get your spending down enough to get your emergency fund fully taken care of, and this is a real mental hurdle to not see that cushion of money, consider stopping 401k contributions temporarily only and taking those contributions to funnel them into your savings to build your emergency fund. But leave the 401k balance intact and maybe don't take a loan from it. Here's a tip. Think about the percentage of the match that you're getting as free money versus the return you'd receive by keeping your money invested in the market and not taking out a loan. For example, I'd rather you temporarily give up a 3% match versus taking your money out of the market if the return you'd get there is much higher, which the average return of the stock market is 10% a year. So I hope that answers your question, maybe gives you some things to think about. And don't forget, if you have a question that you want answered, put it in the comments below. I'll see you next time.